The feud between President Donald Trump and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is heating up again after another bloody weekend in Chicago. 6 people were killed and more than 24 were shot, sparking new calls for action. President Trump didn't hold back. In a failed Truth Social post, he blessed the Governor Pritzker is incompetent, warning him, and I quote, straightening it out, fast, oh, we're coming. End of quote. The president's message was clear. He is ready to step in if Chicago leaders don't get crime under control. This fight comes just a week after Trump signed sweeping executive orders in Washington, D.C., where he federalized the city's police force and called in the National Guard. Now Trump is suggesting Chicago could be next. But President didn't stop with policy. He also went after Pritzker personally, mocking the governor's recent weight loss and hinting it might be part of a long-term plan for 2028 presidential run. Trump wrote, and I quote, 6 people were killed and 24 were shot in Chicago last weekend, and J.B. Pritzker, the weak and pathetic governor of Illinois, just said he doesn't need help in preventing crime. He is crazy. He better straighten it out fast or we are coming. End of quote. Governor Pritzker quickly fired back. He accused Trump of an unconstitutional power grab, and on the question of weight loss, Pritzker took a jab of his own, saying, and I quote, it takes one to know one. End of quote. Political observers say there may be more here than meets the eye. Republican strategist Mark McKinnon noted that Pritzker's slimmer look make him appear ready for a political showdown. Consultant David Kochel added that weight loss has become a trend for politicians preparing for national campaigns, pointing to figures like Chris Christie and Mike Pompeo. Meanwhile, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson isn't waiting around. On Friday, he signed an executive order rejecting Trump's threat to send federal troops or the National Guard. Johnson declared, and I quote, we do not need nor want an unconstitutional and illegal military occupation of our city. We will defend our democracy and protect our communities. End of quote. For both Trump and Pritzker, this clash has political benefits. Trump can showcase Chicago as proof of Democratic failure and strengthen his tough on crime image. Pritzker, on the other hand, gets to play the role of standing up to a president he calls a bully. But behind the war of words, the reality remains Chicago has led the nation in total homicide for 3 straight years. The city continues to struggle with violence, and for many families, the politics matter far less than the pain of lives lost. This battle between Trump and Pritzker may be just beginning, and Chicago once again finds itself at the very center of America's fight over crime, safety, and federal power.